Hello there folks, welcome back to XCOM 2 and we are back in attempting to do the achievement Exquisite Timing. So for those of you who aren't familiar with what Exquisite Timing is, Exquisite Timing is basically an in-game speedrun, I guess you could say. Basically what the game wants you to do is that on Commander or higher difficulty, you have to complete the game by July 1st. So, that's that done. I hope you all enjoy my commentary about, well, just about what's going to happen here. So, I'll try and give off some basic ideas on what you want to be doing as you try to speedrun yourselves to the end of the game. I mean, this isn't like a legit speedrun because, I mean, it's XCOM. The dice are not going to be in your favor, so yeah. That's said and done though. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Commander difficulty. You don't want to do Iron Man for this, so although you do want to activate Alien Hunters because if you already have the DLC, if you don't have this option selected, this will make sure that the alien rulers do not come and screw up your gameplay. So yeah, and we are all good. So let's go ahead and get going. We can skip this. So gonna be starting it off in the beginning in a mission, and it's nothing too important, I don't think. Hello, XCOM, please. Oh shit. Alright, hold on, I'll be right back.
Like to add
oh wait, and
we're heading into the city center to take down a public
first
target.
mission, so
something that will get people's
honestly the first
attention.
mission isn't
Neutralize any security forces
main
in the
thing
area.
that you want
Keep
to
your heads
enforce
down.
on each mission is that you have a no injury, no casualty kind of outlook. You basically, so a good way to basically do this is, some of you might think it's kind of crummy, but honestly you probably want to save
Move to place the
a
X4
lot.
charges at the designated position.
Every shot you always want to make sure that your men and women that you are leading here
Good copy.
are
Moving on
always hitting the shots, always getting
These
the
guys
most
make up
out
the
of
bulk of
everything.
the Advent forces we've dealt
So,
with. They're disciplined and well equipped, but their obedience makes them
That's kind of
predictable.
the main thing that you have to deal with. If just simply having to deal with the randomness of XCOM and the snoop, because once you get to the higher echelon missions, higher ranks, and you will have a much better understanding at how to manipulate the RNG into your favor. But at the beginning, the RNG is totally not in your favor whatsoever. If anything, I would say that you are not in a very good situation RNG wise. So yeah, so we're going to move our
moving to designated position
closer here so that way we can get hopefully better shots.
Understood. Moving out.
Hopefully we can take out this little pod of troopers with one fell swoop. So here's hoping.
To Overwatch.
moving to Overwatch.
Alright, blow them up.
Boom!
Fortunately, I don't think we killed any of them, but hey, 3 damage is 3 damage.
We're busted!
Alright, here comes our first. Ooh, I do not like the fact that. Come on! That's not good. Yep. And welcome to the first reason why you'll probably end up having to reload about every 5 seconds. Just simply the fact that you missed a completely. Well, at what point you want to use grenades to your most advantage.
Position
It's
confirmed.
also kind of necessary to be
Position
able
confirmed.
to land your shots too. So let's go ahead and try this again, shall we? Wait, I think. Yeah, you know what? Let's go this
Throwing
time.
grenade!
We won't Overwatch them. This way we can still be reactionary, I guess. Because I mean, Overwatch does. I don't really know the statistics. I mean, I'm sure that there are mods that basically tell what's the chance of each shot being. But it's kind of important that you are able to take the best shots that you can. Trying to. Because while you do want to take aggressive
Orders
movement
confirmed.
for
Moving
flanks
out.
and stuff for the best possible chance of getting a kill, you do want to
Enemy
make
down.
sure that you aren't going too ham.
Moving to designated
Yes.
coordinates.
Gonna have to take the 78 here. Thank you.
Hostiles pacified.
We could go for the 50. Now this is one of those situations where it's just like we want to save, and it's kind of like a place where, hey, if we get the shot, cool. If not, then we have to use a grenade. So, but it looks like we are good for shots, anyways. But it is unfortunate that we couldn't get the little supply cache that these guys can drop. So that would mean that in the next pod, one of those soldiers, which will include a commander, who is going to be very annoying to deal with, will have what we want. So let's go ahead
On
and
my way.
group up the soldiers here, whilst making sure they're still in cover.
Moving to designated position.
Because yeah, on missions like these where you're not timed at all,
I'm ready.
you basically want to just cower
I'm on
in
the move.
fear as you try to do your best in making sure you're always ready
Reloaded.
for what's going to happen.
Ready to rock. Scanning.
Alright, looks like we have to go forward at some point, so let's go ahead and go up the left side.
Heading to that location.
Anything? No? Nothing? Cool. Now, I'm kind of scared about moving her up towards this wall cover because, well, yes, it is wall cover. At the same time, it might end up triggering the second part, and honestly, we do not really want that. We want to avoid triggering the second part for one of our movements. If we want to make sure that that the second part triggers on their turn.
Rolling.
So, just going to
Got it
keep
covered.
it nice and easy.
Got it covered.
No substantially brilliant moves.
What was that?
Okay, so that's where our people are. Oh, there they are. Come on, get a shot on. More damage, not too bad, but some grenade range. Love to see it.
The Advent officers seem more capable than the grunts. We're not sure whether to chalk it up to training or stricter mind control.
Okay. For a situation like this, we do want to
Confirmed.
take the aggressive. Getting flanks, doing all that kind of stuff, that is important, but at the same time, we do need to make sure that we're keeping the health of our soldiers in mind. God damn it.
Not good.
Yeah, no, it's not good. So... well, on the bright side,
I'm on the
Giannis can get over there to take a shot on his trooper, although 67 is not exactly... Never mind. And that's where our...
Enemies down. Wow, would you look at that?
So, if the
Moving
loot
to
found,
position.
it basically gives us free reign to save this. Grenade! Unironically. Alright. So
Understood. Moving out.
do need to be careful because last trooper could still mean pain for the rest of the squad. So hopefully we can avoid having that happen. It's unfortunate. I always get nervous when they take. It's always nerve-wracking whenever the enemy takes a shot, just simply because of the fact that if they do hit, it basically means that you have to save and have to try and manipulate the RNG back into your system again. But thankfully they did miss, so
This is for you.
Area is secure. We're not picking up any inbound contacts. Scanners are clear. -15, we have a limited
Now,
window
of course,
to
if you
act
were
before
playing on
Advent
Legendary, you would have
responds.
to deal with
We
a
need to get
Sectoid,
those charges
so
planted on
thankfully
the
we
double.
don't.
-15, you're near the
If you're
target
actually going for the
position.
achievement, then why would you want to make it harder on yourself by having to put it on Legendary? That's just being sadistic at that point.
-15, rendezvous at the extraction point. Status confirmed.
All right.
Squad is clear.
Mission 1.
Detonating charges.
Now, in case you guys may be wondering, I am playing on regular XCOM 2, not War of the Chosen, because War of the Chosen make too much of a they make just simply too much of a game changer. It forces you to have to really think about your troops a bit more, having to create A squads, B squads, C squads, and down the alphabetical line until you have to stop going to the numbers. So I find that XCOM 2 makes it easier with the fact that you can just simply train out one hit squad and just call it good from there. So hopefully we can keep on with that little schedule. So of course, naturally, for starting characters all get unique. They all get the starting unique stuff. I mean, if you could play with this modded, I don't think playing with like the additional mods that can give them like random, give them more special class features is not going to necessarily interrupt with the achievement. But personally, I prefer to do it on vanilla just so that way it's just like at one point you are taking away like some of the advantage for you because mods can be a bit overpowered. It's also reducing a bit of the randomness that it's just like let's say that there's a class that can give you 2 fire actions. It basically allows you to take advantage of the fact that
Commander to the research labs.
that you can go for that you can do like 2 shots instead of having to settle with 1. So anyways, let's go ahead and get research going. So with the research, because of the way that the achievement is set out, you basically want to be rushing the story stuff. Anything else is kind of secondary and stuff that you can do when you have free time and not rushing the story stuff. So let's go ahead and get alien biotech
area
going.
of research to be among
It
the
also
more
gives us
intriguing
the
options
chance at
available.
getting.
We'll begin work immediately. I'll send word when a complete report is available.
It also gives us a chance of getting us I had the words in mind. It also gives us a chance of giving us Alien Biotech gives us a chance of giving us the Advanced Warfare Center, which we are going to try and save for this slot because because with the Advanced Warfare Center giving us a random perk, it could come pretty in use if our squad mates can still get that random perk that it can give. So
You lived in one of the colonies for a few years before linking up with Central, right?
Yes, one of the advantages of working with
let's see.
Advent. On the surface, it was very
So
comfortable.
we're not going to
But there
really be
was a
getting
price
Guerrilla Tactics
for that
School.
comfort.
The millions of
this
people
one,
in
or at
those
least
cities don't seem
not
to mind
for
all that
a
much.
long
But
time.
Advent is
So
always watching. Between their forces and the aliens themselves, they see everything.
the thing with the
Not to
Guerrilla
mention
Tactics
the
School is that while it
automated
can be useful, it
There's
takes
nothing
time and it
quite
takes a
like
slot,
providing
a very
identification
important slot
to a
for us that
lamppost.
we can probably use for something else. So That's kind of why we're not going for the tactics school right away. So let's go ahead and hit up the bridge, and hopefully this is also where one of the key points of RNG is also very, very needed for this run, because what you want to get on your first few scans is either an engineer or a scientist. Supplies are good too.
With the
Intel
commander
is
running things,
kind of
I've got
also
plenty of time to
alright,
focus on learning to fly
but
this
From what I've seen, you could use the practice.
the thing is, you want the engineer or scientist so that way you can start making room or start making more progress that much quickly. The faster you can do things, remember, we're trying to speedrun this, or at least do an in-game speedrun. So, with that said, let's see if our luck is good. Supplies, okay,
Avenger
not
plotting
the
new course.
worst thing ever, but definitely could have been better for us. But it's still something that we can deal with. So let's go ahead and grab these supplies, and we should be having our first
Strategic
assignment
resource located.
in a little bit. Rookies. That's alright. Well, I mean,
Setting course for South
also at this point,
Africa.
this is a good place to kind of basically stop the run, reset it. I do want to show that it's still possible to do this kind of stuff, even if you have bad luck
New
with
objective
getting
added.
the
The
good
advent
stuff.
officers have clearly been modified to allow for their subordinates. The advent.
So go ahead and get advent officer going, so that way we can start working on the
I am intrigued
on
by the possibility of examining
on the
another
jack,
subject for
and
comparative
at the
analysis.
same time we'll go ahead and get the
Since the
advanced
officer
warfare
in
center
question
up.
will likely have
Fortunately, we
expired
didn't
long
get
before arrival
any
I may
engineers, so
rely
we
on a
can't start
faster,
out
more
moving
invasive
this
approach
alien
to
debris out of
removing
the
the
way.
chip this
But
time around.
I guess we'll just simply have to make do. So back to the bridge, and we'll go ahead and scan for some intel, because intel will be important and to help brute force us into getting to some to places. Thankfully, the first few missions that you are going to get from these mission selections and the cancel missions will give you your first couple of needed walkers. So yeah, let's go ahead and grab Dr. Kate Jackson. Naturally, we're going to keep about the same lineup that came in at our first. I mean, granted, you can try and build some items. I personally think the flashbang grenade is kind of useful, but at the same time, you just simply can't really beat the damage and the destruction that the frag grenades can give you. So, with that said, let's go ahead and head in for Operation White.
Sky Ranger deployed.
In position to drop.
So, I don't think I have anything else to commentate about this, so I'll go ahead and pause the video and come back to you once we load it. Right, everybody, we are back. So we are here for data transfer, which requires us to destroy this little relay. So, considering how it's currently looking at the moment, I kind of want to get our sharpshooter up somewhere high, but at the same time, yeah. I mean, naturally getting our sharpshooter up somewhere high is probably the ideal position for us, so that way we can
Closing on target
go ahead
position now.
and get started with getting them, start helping them line up for headshots and get that kill count.
Understood. Moving out.
Because the XCOM 2 system does rely a bit, well, at some points it does have a bit of a
Already there.
experience system of how many missions they go on. You do have to, most of the experience is calculated off of kills, unfortunately. So, whilst
Rolling
our
out.
rangers and grenadiers and snipers might get stuff, our specialists might not get as much, unfortunately. But we can kind of walk through that by having our people set up the kills, so that way it's easier for them to
Good copy.
secure.
Moving on target.
Our gremlins can attempt to access the AdVent network from here.
Yes,
We
thank you,
might be
Shan.
able to hack their systems and get an advantage. But be careful. If they detect us, things will only get worse.
I
I'll
say
give it a
it's always
shot.
worth looking into the towers just for the hacks, just simply because of the fact that if the towers can't give a good amount of benefits, especially, I mean, the alien alloys aren't exactly too useful for us at this moment. I would honestly have preferred if we could have gotten in, like, say,
Moving to designated position.
the hack boost, then that would be awesome. But sadly, we didn't. So, I'm just going to keep moving our people up slow, nice and carefully.
On the move.
Of course, we do have to kind of be a bit quick, just simply because of the fact that, I mean, timed mission, but it's right there, so I feel like in a turn or two we should be able to get there. But at the same time, in a turn or two, I feel like we'll be seeing our resistance popping up. Still nothing on the radar for enemies, but I mean, on the bright side, we are getting to a point where we are getting a lot of full cover in the future, so if we can get it there, then
Moving on target location.
Oh, there's
Hostile
our
forces
enemies.
spotted.
Commander and an officer. We still have 6 turns left, so we can move up our remaining troops, so that way we can get there and start setting up for the beacon. And then wipe out the pod, then get ready to kill the beacon. So that seems like a pretty good idea, if you ask me. Can't go that way since that was. I want to put them as close to the beacon as possible, but at the same time still in full cover.
Orders confirmed. On the move. Roger. Got my eyes on.
Roger. Got my eyes on.
So, judging by that open door, it's either those guys came in from. Oh, well, there's our
Although they
sectoids.
bear some resemblance to the sectoids first encountered during the invasion, their genetic structure now
this is the
includes
annoying
human
part.
DNA.
It's the fact
They are
that we have to
stronger than ever,
deal
with
with.
an even greater psionic potential.
We still have to deal with vision, as obscure as it can be sometimes. Whilst we can go for the shot here, I don't feel exactly comfortable having to take on 2 pods at once. I mean, granted, they're probably going to be 2-man squads, since this is commander difficulty, but it's not exactly something I would necessarily enjoy, considering the fact that we're going to have to blow up a lot of full cover here. But, I mean, I guess when you have to do something, you have to do something.
Orders confirmed. On the move.
We don't want to waste too much time with this, so being able to... Okay, this looks like a good area, so that way we should be able to hit the second person. Pop. Hey, 4 damage, nice. That's a takedown.
We're busted.
Now, I do want to... Now, the important thing about this is that you have to take out the people who you know are going to be shooting or requiring your attention immediately. So, surprisingly, it's this trooper that's hiding right here who's actually probably going to be the person who will be the most annoying, because the sectoids tend... Because of the fact that we killed this person here, we basically guarantee that the sectoid is not going to be attacking us right away, so... If anything, I kind of want to aggressively move up here. Door frag here.
Grenade!
This also helps, gives us a better view of... Hey, nice kill. It also gives us a better view of the
objective.
relay. Of course, we have to be careful about not being too... we have to be careful about not being too kill happy, since the sectoid can end up fleeing. I think here is good. But at the same time, the sectoid, a lone sectoid is not exactly the most threatening thing ever, I guess you could say. And that just leaves the sectoid, which, I mean, 49% chance, it's almost a 50-50, so we might as well take the coin flip. Not to mention because of the fact that it's broadside. I kinda expected that to happen, but because of the fact that it's broadside, the sectoid doesn't actually see our sniper, so them being in half cover isn't the worst thing ever. So I think we should be able to take out the sectoid this round, hopefully. The important thing here is just to make sure that we are still walking safely.
Good to go.
And with a sniper with nothing else to do, we don't really want them to move, so just simply having them take the shot, and good shot by the way, is probably a good plan for us, since we can just simply walk on, trying to just simply fire shot them to death, basically.
Got it covered.
Take this. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it will require at least 2 shots from our people. So I think taking the shot on the sectoid is probably the best answer. Well, it did kill.
Target neutralized.
So that's nice. Unfortunately, since
The alien transmission is still active and we're running out of
we know
time.
Central.
Get to the relay and take it out, ASAP.
Yeah, we're working on it. But thankfully we did manage to get through this with the, well, I'd say. And when the Advent tries to come and attack us, we're actually in a pretty good spot with the fact that we have basically full cover. And any cover that they have is basically destroyed or half cover. That or destructible half cover. Oh, but that's not nice.
Menace 1-5, we've confirmed destruction of the relay. The alien transmission is down. Eliminate any remaining hostiles and move to evac.
So, in this situation, let's go ahead and put
On my way.
Giannis up, so that way he gets a nice close shot with his shotgun, and we'll go ahead and reload our sniper.
Reloaded.
At one point, while I do want to get them closer to the action, I don't really want to move them away from
In position.
their snipers, but so that way we can keep that height advantage that is kind of helping us. Oh wait, we already get that's not nice. I was hoping for at least one more round before we get the stun lances, but I guess not. So, because of the fact that they have stun lances,
Advent
well,
deployed
you can understand where our focus is going to be on
Hostiles coming in from the side.
Kim, so alright, so let's take a so it looks like Ula has a pretty good shot on this officer, so I guess having just taking him out is good for us. Thank you. Now it's just simply a matter of dealing with the others. So our slash only does 3 to 5 damage, but our shotgun does 4 to 6. So naturally, the thing we want to do is one up, blink, and pray that our shotgun gets a crit and kill.
Moving on target location.
So it's 100%, crit 50. Hopefully we're good. Nope. Oh my god. What is this, Darkest Dungeon? Sadly, we don't really have the capability of killing. I guess in this situation, it's better to just simply fall back just a tad bit into cover. I mean, granted, these guys are stun masters, so the thing that they are going to do is go ahead and be absolute jackasses with the fact that they are going to run up and try and screw up some. Kind of am needing to hope that we can predict who they're going to try and attack and see about trying to defend them. So, naturally, I don't think we need to worry about Ursula, so that really puts it into a 1 in 3 chance at who they might going to go for. I think they're going to probably go for Giannis since he's the closest one. So giving him the plus 20 defense is probably our best bet, and then we'll run Yawn out. Ah, shit. Really? Yep. That's not nice. So, I guess since that situation happened, we now have an idea at who they might go for, so we'll probably put the protection on Yon Yoon this time. Of course, they might go for the fire. If that's the case, then I'll be actually happier with the fact that they do the fire, because the fire actually has a chance of missing. So we'll go ahead and put the defense on him. Of course, this could be that they might take their eyes to someone else, but honestly, we just really want to make sure that we try to screw up their RNG. Like that!
That was close!
Alright, let's go ahead and finish this guy off. So, Giannis, do us a favor. Take him.
Target disabled. Weapons burning ammo fast.
And of course, there's always one more.
Oh yeah.
Shame that that wasn't the final part, but I mean, this kind of thing is very reliable in XCOM.
Orders confirmed. On the move. Affirmative. Covering now.
But I guess while we are waiting, let's go ahead and rush Ursula off the balconies to a different one, so that way we can hopefully try and look for a better shot.
Move, move, move!
Moving to position.
And at the same time, naturally, we want to reload.
Let's rock!
Because at this point in time, we are waiting for them to come upon us.
We're ready to go! We're green to go!
Now, having destroyed the signal, I would think that they would know of our location right now, so I really do not want to be moving out of our cover, which is honestly, it's in a pretty nice location, if you ask me. But at the same time, this is XCOM. It will try to make sure that we can't take the most. We can't play defensive forever, even though we technically can. So let's just go ahead and
moving out.
Being able to.
Got it covered.
We're spreading out just a tiny bit.
Moving to Overwatch.
But we want to make sure that we are still close enough that we can still move, get into cover, and take a shot on our enemies.
Heading to that location. Come get some.
Moving out.
Stepping off.
Now, I prefer not to make dashes like this because, I mean, it's yellow movement, and when you take yellow movement, it's just like,
moving to designated
it's very
position.
risky to take yellow movement.
Scanning.
So, let's go ahead and
Good
go
copy.
here.
Moving on target. Got it covered.
Headed there now. We've got Advent here.
Oh, there they are. Finally! Sheesh! I mean, with the fact that we have so many bodies, I think the only person we have to be worried about is the trooper. Since we only did 6 damage to the Sectoid. Neat. It's a very big coin flip to try and hit the trooper, but if we can land this coin flip... Nope. Shame.
Shot failed to connect.
Let's go ahead and slam Giannis back to safety. Sectoid is going to do their Sectoid things, and shit.
Get me out of here, please!
Okay, not the worst thing ever. Oh, never mind. A lot worse. We might have to save scum this one. Never mind. Looks like we're good.
That was close.
So, let's see. Looking at the situation in front of us, getting the ability to kill the trooper is pretty nice, but I mean, we can still... If we can turn the trooper into a corpse, then we basically guarantee another safe turn for us.
It's still moving. Moving out.
Of course, I think if we go for the kill on the Sectoid, we do get the... We got the kill on the Sectoid. Drops the loot, finally. I was looking for that
Target
stuff.
neutralized. My ammo's running low.
So, let's see, looking at things here. I think we just going for the support actions at the moment is probably going to help us out here. Fortunately, I'm going to put the defense on our ranger, just simply so that way we can give them, just so that way they're not, that way we can counter a bit of the flanking and not so good cover with some defense. Remember, I'm trying to it's part RNG manipulation here. So let's go ahead and finish this guy
On my
shall
way.
we? Get out of my face. Thank you.
It's down. Status confirmed. All hostiles are down and the area is secure. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
Sure, took us quite a number of turns and a few save scums, but in the end, no one got hurt, which is, I'm going to stress this all through this stupid achievement guide. You don't want anyone hurt. Because the moment that they get hurt, you suddenly have to start taking up untrained rookies. So, and you don't want that. It's not a great situation to be in. You have to start taking in rookies or squaddies. Rookies or squaddies, you don't want that. You basically want to keep your A team at.
I'm glad to see our new recruits aren't hesitating when it comes to taking out the aliens.
So for this, whilst we could take medical protocol to heal people up to full, you still have to realize it doesn't stop the fact that they got injured and they're going to be out. Preferably, you're not going to be wasting actions with medical protocol. Instead, what we want is combat protocol. Combat protocol is probably is your first class thing that allows you to deal guaranteed damage outside of using grenades. And even then, using grenade, some of your people might not be using grenades all that often. Like, think of Ursula here, who is a sniper. She's not going to be upfront enough to use grenades unless we train her as a pistol user, which is a tactic, because thing is, though, we still have to consider the fact that we have to keep in mind that we need to try and get as good as equipment as possible. But the thing is, you don't have enough time to give yourself the best equipment that you can get. Like, you can't really go fully in with Illyrian power. You might be able to get in with Illyrian if you watch it, but probably not out with Illyrian or power armor. Preferably, you want the Illyrian weapons. In this case, we kind of want the Illyrian weapons over the armor, since armor, sure, it gives you health and some mistakes. But here's the thing: we're not going to be making mistakes. So, this also generates another kind of personal thing. And this is probably something that you have to choose between. Either going Phantom Ranger, so that way you can make your sniper a bit more useful, a bit more meaningful, or the Blade Master, who can deal a lot more damage and hopefully get more kills. So it's honestly a pretty hard decision to say between Blade Master or Phantom. I personally normally go with Phantom in these cases, so that way we have that scout. But honestly, going Blade Master for the ability to just simply get in there, get a few kills in, having a bit more of a guaranteed damage over trying to, because there will be times where you just need, there's going to be someone who you can't hit unless you dash all the way in. So I think going for the Blade Master for him is probably the scenario we want. Not to mention, it also puts any sectoids, which we are going to run into in these early stages of the game, basically in one-shot range. And one-shots are something we like.
Commander, I've updated our current objectives based on the most recent findings.
You have done an outstanding job leading the Resistance, Commander.
So we're going to excavate here, so that way we can start building up the workshop as soon as possible, so that way we have more, so that way we can get the drones that can help us out with hacking, or with cleaning out the other areas and manning positions, while at the same time, once we get the Advent Officer autopsy done, we're going to need to start making the Skulljack as soon as possible.
Advent's officers might be more resourceful than
with all that said and done,
but I doubt
I hope you all
our forces
enjoyed
will have
today's
any trouble
episode.
bringing in a test
Today's
subject
achievement
for Tigan
guide.
to look at.
And if you did, make sure to hit that like button, comment down below, and hit that subscribe button, because it's you guys and gals. I will be hitting you with these more times. So, I'll see you all later.